So Kingston on the right, on the Buckinghamshire station, I beg your pardon, and then Willem from the Netherlands on the Berkshire side. Arms aloft by both boxes, just ensuring that they are absolutely where they want to be, pointing upstream. The umpire will wait.
Attention! Come on! Go!
And away they go. The Dutch certainly seem to get away really smartly there. Also almost seemed a hesitation, I thought, then from the Kingston crew. We'll see very shortly when we get the first indication of how well they've started. And you can see there's a real effort there. They have decided that they are going to go out at a really strong rate. Yes, they always want to do that, but they seem to make a really strong, dynamic getaway there.
This is an experienced crew. Most of the crew won the gold medal in the Junior World Championships last year. So they're experienced, they know, especially in Henley, you want to get the early lead.
And boy, have they done it. Look at that. And a little look there from the cocks just to see already they're in clear water. That has paid off. What an impressive start. But yes, they've got the international class and it's showing.
They're younger. They're probably averaging 20 years of age. But both crews are very matched height-wise and weight-wise. But you can just see Roeivereeniging Willem III just stretching out, and now they already have open water.
Well, we were talking about this crew earlier because let's just look at the draw. I'm thinking that Cornell, who we saw earlier, Cornell A, could be up against them in the next round.
Well, this Dutch crew, the coach Willem van der Wit.
No, it was the Swiss crew. Sorry, it was the Swiss crew that we're going to see from Zurich, who were very impressive early on. Go wild from Zurich, and that's who we were looking at. That is really impressive again.
Very impressive. You could almost say this Dutch crew is an English crew, because if you look at the name, Roeivereeniging Willem III, do you know who Willem III was?
Yes, okay.
William of Orange.
Yes, absolutely.
He came over here in 1689 during the Glorious Revolution.
You've done your history. I'm very impressed.
Well, thank you.
That's very good.
I mean, most Americans do have some education.
I did not mean it like that at all.
I mean, we actually thought England and United Kingdom was in the common market, but apparently it's not in the EU.
Don't go there, I think it's fair to say. That'll split everyone. There's enough going on elsewhere. Don't bring it to Henley.
Anyway, this crew is very experienced, and you can just see the sharp catches. Very little white water. This crew has raced many times. For them, this is another row down a Dutch canal.
Yep. I mean, it's essentially it's a Dutch under-23 composite, as you've hinted, and
it's actually under 20.
They're good, yeah. Well, okay.
They're all 18 last year.
Yep. Okay.
So they will be a very good under-23
Absolutely, but that tells you the strength in depth then, doesn't it? If they're already, you know, or rather the quality that they must have, if they're already been seen to be under-23, they're good.
And their Olympic 8 is the class of the world, having won at Lucerne.
Yep.
And a bronze medal last year in the World Championships. And for Kingston, unfortunately, is the second race for them in this last hour of Henley. And they've met a very impressive Dutch 8.
Had to go through qualifying. Some seasoned athletes, it's fair to say, I think. Fifth, though, in the D final of the Open 8s at the Metropolitan Regatta. They've got was it Andrew Bedford in the 5-seat, who's won at national level as a junior. But
you know, that helps if you're in a double.
You need more than one man, don't you? I mean, in terms of experience, this is really another impressive performance by a foreign crew. I always think, and you can correct me here, and as a visitor you will know, that foreign crews who come here, there's a reason for coming. As much as, yes, taking part in probably the most prestigious and famous regatta in the world, you come here not for the travel expenses or the air miles, you come here to win. And no one comes here to make up the numbers. They don't travel halfway around the world. Okay, they didn't from Holland, but from America, from Australia, from New Zealand. It's a long, long way to come just to be beaten on a Wednesday.
And normally, and today's Thursday, by the way. But that's
okay. No, I was talking about imagine if you come over and you're beaten on the first day. Thank you very much indeed.
You want to enjoy your air miles.
but this is a really strong showing.
They'll be a very strong contender this weekend for the Thames Cup.
Who else do you see there to be in the shake-up? How much have you seen to be able to say?
Oh, we have Columbia University is very good.
Quinton we saw earlier looking good.
Yes. University Barge, they're an older crew, mostly from the Ivy League, but they're in their late 20s. Mostly businessmen, but still training together.
And the Swiss crew, as I say, they were
very good,
highly impressive.
London Rowing Club, they won last year. So
another strong field as ever.
Yes, this is just always a fun. I mean, I like this cup almost as much as the Y-Foals. Y-Foals, I think, is just one of the best races here. They're always a knuckle breaker.
Yes, intense competition among those club crews.
And Kingston showing real class. They're still putting it in, starting to raise the rate a bit as they're coming up on the 1.25 miles.
Noticeable to see the different stroke rating. The Dutch know they've got this very much under control. Kingston doing their utmost to try to push them all the way. And those who are still here are witnessing a crew if they're coming back again tomorrow and over the weekend, they may well be seeing, as you say, when this competition really starts to hot up towards the finals. They did everything in those, well, the first sort of 500 meters almost, and that was really, really impressive. Another strong show. They seem to get away so much faster.
Well, they're a light crew, and they just roll very well technically, so they've raced so many times together. They can wind it up and really put the emphasis on the oar and not into sideways motions.
Even with Kingston turning up the wick, this Dutch crew is many, many lengths clear.
Which will help them tomorrow if they're racing people that had a hard road today.
Well, we were talking about that with Adam Freeman-Pask, whether you want to be a sharpener, not necessarily all the way, but a good sharpener as they come now up to the line. Willem from the Netherlands, highly, highly impressive. Or whether you just want something that they just had. Get the start right, again, that's great race practice, and then just take it through to the end.
And then maybe take a light and bright for the last 20, so you finish the race breathing hard, but not draining your batteries.
Kingston through, but they know they've been beaten, and they have to accept that their opposition was classy.
It almost looks like a Princess Elizabeth crew.